Hi guys and welcome to Drive Spark. We are at NATRAX and we are here for a very special car. Well, obviously you must have seen the title. So we are driving the all-new Volkswagen Golf GTI. Yes, India has now received the all-new Volkswagen Golf GTI and we are driving it here on NATRAX, and we will be telling you everything you need to know about the hottest hatch in the country. So let's quickly start this video. So if you see the design of the GTI, obviously it is a very sleek looking hatchback. It's got a very good aerodynamic design. It sits low. If you notice at the front, there are some elements that obviously distinguish this as the all new GTI. Well, starting off with obviously the GTI badge, you get red inserts over here. You get a Volkswagen logo, but this logo is illuminated and obviously it glows at night. And you also get this connected LED DRL that goes all the way to the headlight over here. And the headlight also has some red inserts. You get all LED headlights over here. Fog lights are present over here. That's a 5-pot fog light and that obviously distinguishes it as the GTI. You have the GTI bumper, then you have this is the radar for the ADAS, which works in sync with the camera that is right there. If you notice the body lines of the car, obviously they are very muscular. Car looks absolutely fantastic. If we move to the side profile of the vehicle, you will come to see that this gets these beautiful 18-inch diamond cut alloy wheels. Now these wheels have a tire profile of 225/40 R18 and obviously you can see this gets red color calipers both front and at the back. If you see the side profile of the car, well, it looks like a hatchback, but trust me, it is a big hatchback. If we talk about length, it's almost 4.3 meters, which is as big as the Hyundai Creta. So you can now get an idea of how big the Volkswagen Golf actually is. You also get the GTI badging that is right over here. You get body colored ORVM integrated indicators. You do not get any chrome on the car on the side because obviously this is a performance car, and obviously you get a very less ground clearance. If we talk numbers, 136 mm is what you get. You have to be a little careful over bumps when you are fully loaded or if you're 4 people sitting in the cars. Otherwise, it's fine. It does not touch anywhere. And obviously, you can see you get red color calipers over here and you also get a big disc at the rear section. If we come over here, now you can see it gets this full LED IQ lighting over here, and it's obviously a clear lens glass. Then you have a wiper with a washer high stop mount light. This is your spoiler. Obviously it has some aerodynamics. It is curved a little upward, so it can give a little bit of downforce when you're doing speeds or like maybe 150 to 200 or maybe more than that. And this is the shark fin antenna. You have a blacked out roof. Half of it is a sunroof and half of it is obviously the paint. If you see over here, now these are twin exhaust setup and obviously both are working and it sounds absolutely insane. So here's how the Golf GTI sounds like. And of course, you don't get a Golf badging, but you get a GTI badging right in the center over here. That is your logo. And obviously to open the boot, you have to flip this. There you go. You have around 380 liters of boot space, which is pretty decent. Obviously that's a spare wheel, but there's no spare wheel right now. 60/40 split over here, a parcel tray and a manual boot lid. So this is how the car looks from the exterior. So now let us quickly move on to the interiors, and that is how the interiors look like. Now, first of all, let me show you the sunroof. This is the sunroof. It is a pretty big sunroof for a single pane sunroof, and you get these GTI seats, which obviously have this tartan upholstery and it has a fixed headrest. And the seats look absolutely maniac. It is a very comfortable seat, but at the same time, it is a lot hard. It holds you at this place, especially because of these side bolsterings that you see over here. You have red color stitching over here. Then the seat is manually adjustable. You don't have electronic adjustable in the seat. Then you have this big infotainment system that's a touchscreen. You have your virtual cockpit. Then You have the GTI steering wheel with steering mounted control. It's a flat bottom steering wheel. You have a 7-speed DSG gearbox. You have a wireless charger over here, and this is how the dashboard is finished. Obviously, you have this kind of an element that looks like carbon fiber, but is actually not carbon fiber. You have ambient light all around, soft touch material on the dashboard, on the door, and you have a mix and match of everything inside the cockpit. Auto dimming IRVM, and obviously you have vanity mirrors with lights as well over here. Let's move on to the back. So this is the rear section. Now this seat is adjusted according to my height. For reference, I am 6'1" and I'll be sitting behind my own driving position. So I mean, you can sit, my legs are definitely touching, but like if a person is around 5'10" or maybe 5'11", then I think you have decent amount of leg room. Like this seat, well, you have seat pockets over here, you have a pocket over here, you have rear AC vents, and you also have a third zone climate control. So it gets 3-zone climate control, 2 for the front and 1 for the back. And this is your armrest. Obviously, if you are 3 people going behind, which is slightly difficult because you have this tunnel over here. So 2 best, but 3 since you also have a adjustable headrest. You have all 3 adjustable headrests, and the center person also gets an headrest. So yeah guys, this was the all new Golf GTI. The interiors, comment below what is the best interior feature you liked about this car. And now let's quickly go and drive this and tell you how this car is to drive with the 2-liter engine with a 7-speed DSG gearbox, 261 BHP of power. So now we are gonna take the Golf GTI for a spin, and that is how the cockpit looks like. Let us start the car. That's the engine start stop button, and let us just check once more. Sport mode is there. Let us quickly buckle up. There you go. So let us talk about the engine on the Golf GTI. So the engine on the GTI is a 2-liter. It's a turbo petrol engine. It's a TSI engine that produces 261 BHP of power, 370 Nm of peak torque, and it is mated to a 7-speed DSG gearbox. And obviously 0 to 100 timings we will be doing a reel, so you can go check that out. But it is, I think, under 6 seconds, which makes this car a perfect hot hatch. So we'll just be doing a quick acceleration test and showing you 0 to 100. That is how the car sounds like when you accelerate. Just hear this. And obviously you have manual shifters, paddle shifters, so you can just So obviously this does not get the DCC, that is the dynamic chassis control, but this car sits very low at 136 mm of ground clearance, and we'll be launching the car from here. Let me see if I can just get the launch control. Okay, so there you have it. There is ESP. ESP is on sport. Okay, so very simple how you use launch control. Put it on sport mode, then put ESP on sport. Then you have your left foot on the brake, right foot on the accelerator, and when you accelerate full, you can see launch control is activated. And let's just sleep. There you go. Just casually reaching 100, and yeah. So overall guys, it is a fantastic handling car, let me tell you that. We have done a high-speed test on this car around the high-speed testing track in NATRAX, and you can go check that video out also. So handling wise, it is just fantastic. Just look at the steering response. There you have it in one lane. If you see someone suddenly come in between, just flick the steering wheel, and obviously you have an LSD also at the front. You have a so that thing actually produces a lot of grip and gives you even tighter corners. So let us just do a small banking test over here. There you go. We'll go at the top most of the bank, and there you see it is just holding on so well. Amazing suspension setup. The suspension setup is actually on the stiffer side since this is a performance hatchback, and obviously braking is also very good because obviously you have all 4 discs available. So yeah, just amazing how this car performs. It is fantastic. I mean, obviously there are limited numbers of the Golf GTI that has come into India, approximately 250, and all of them have been booked out. We are the lucky ones, we get to drive this over here. This is just a splendid experience. We all were waiting for the Golf for a very, very long time to come to the Indian market and launch, and finally it has. Obviously prices are not out, but we are expecting it to be around the 50 lakh mark, which is not surprising since this is a CBU unit. Steering wheel, amazing. The feedback from the steering wheel is just so good. Suspension setup is just amazing. You have, I mean, it is on the stiffer side, but right now we have not come across any potholes or bumps, but we will make a full video of it inside the city when we get the car for a review. So we'll be telling you about that. Mileage, how much mileage does this give, what is the suspension like on the city, and how it drives around the city. So right now we are at a controlled area, so what I can tell you is just floor it, and there you can see it will just hold on. That 261 BHP of power, 370 Nm of peak torque is just epic. So yeah guys, this was the all new Volkswagen Golf GTI, and we have finally driven it. It is an exhilarating car, trust me guys. It is something that we were waiting for, and now we have finally got it and we have driven this car. So yeah guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share and subscribe to all our social media channels. I'm Promit signing out. See you next time. Thank you so much for watching, and before we sign out, let us do one more launch.
Car come in and
there you go.
Red car.
Amazing, amazing.